Hey loves, hey, it's your girl Shay Cunningham, also known as Slay by Shay. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, please know that this channel is all about owning your presence and owning your brand. And we do this by way of sipping the tea, which I don't have any right now. Dang it. But you'll see why in a moment. We got work to do, child. Yes. So we sip the tea by talking about topics that relate to transforming, elevating, and attracting our best opportunities for our best lives. So with that being said, I decided to do a video today about what I'm purging from my closet for the season. Yes. So coming out of the Level Up Look Challenge 2 weeks ago, I felt like so inspired by the ladies in there and by one of the activities that I gave them to refresh their wardrobe that I decided it's time. I'm a little late. I typically do purge my closet twice a year, in the spring going into the summer and in the fall going into the winter. I'm a little late because I typically do this in August, September, and this time here we are at mid-October, really the end of October. It is Halloween. Woo! Next week, child. So anywho, I'm going to literally show you a lot of the items that I'm purging for my wardrobe. And one of the big things that come along with doing a great purge is getting the items out of your home quickly. So because I did this purge over the weekend, I'm like, Shay, you got to hurry up and do this video so that you can get this stuff out of the house so that you don't contemplate over it. Because the truth is, I'm no slay saint, sis. Okay. Like, I do my best at what I know, and I bring to you what I know as a professional in this business, helping myself, helping other busy professional women with their brand, their visual brand, and their wardrobes. But I have the same sentiments and emotions and attachments and the same, affection, okay, towards my wardrobe that all of you do. But I have also techniques and skill sets that help me with making the right decisions when it comes to sustaining a very stylish and powerful wardrobe that I always feel like I have options that I love and I can put together killer outfits at the drop of a dime. A part of being able to do that is knowing when to let go of things. And so that's what this video is all about. Thank you so much for one of our subscribers who said, Shay, listen, after that last video, I was waiting to see what you purge. So I was like, girl, okay, call me out. I'm going to show you, not tell you. We're going to have some fun with this thing. So if you want to see what I decided to purge for this season, stay tuned. So randomly, I'm just going to pull the things out of here and share with you exactly why I purged them. And I'm going to put them over here on the side. Now, as I do that, I want to share with you the 5 questions that I always advise my clients and my community to ask themselves as they go through their wardrobe. So I'm going to go ahead and put those 5 questions here so you can take a look at them. I'm going to try to do it from off the top of my head. So the first thing is, does it fit? If it doesn't fit anymore, then it has to immediately be removed and released, because I know that there are people who like to tell themselves that, oh my goodness, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to get back into this piece. This is going to be my motivation, blah, 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 blah. And it's a fallacy. It's a joke. It really is. I've gone through my own weight loss journey, and I learned that that whole motivation pieces is really a fallacy, because once you do lose the weight and get down to where you want to be and you're there comfortably, because you do have that, ebb and flow of weight loss and weight gain, you're going to want new stuff. You're not going to want to wear the old stuff that you were wearing back when you were able to fit into it in yesteryear, okay? So let's be real with ourselves and be honest with ourselves and make sure that we're not harboring things in our wardrobe that only remind us of things that we no longer can fit and that no longer serves us. Let's go ahead and go down the list. So what is it that doesn't fit? Does it fit or does it not fit anymore? Number two, do I love it? Do I wear it? Those are questions that you want to ask yourself, because if you don't love it, then what the heck are we doing here? It has not earned its rightful place in your wardrobe. So if you don't love it, then what's the point of the precious real estate that is in your wardrobe that is taking up? There is no purpose, right? And then if you haven't worn it in about a year or so, guess what? You're probably not going to wear it. There's a specific reason why, and it's probably in one of the other questions that you may say yes, no to, that you're not wearing it. It's typically, if you haven't worn something in a year or two or a season or two, it's because it's something wrong with it, okay? It's because it doesn't fit. It's because it feels outdated. It's because you just don't love it anymore. It had its zeal, and usually that goes hand in hand with being outdated, or perhaps you've just worn it to death, okay? So those could be some of the reasons why you haven't worn it in the last year or two. So if you haven't worn it, that's another indication that it's time to purge it. And then that also then brings me to, if it's outdated, if it's something that just feels like you don't see it very often anymore out in these streets, or anybody else wearing that type of style or cut or vibe, and when you go to reach for it, you feel like yesteryear when you do. So those are the types of ways you know that a piece is outdated and you just kind of moved on. Sometimes outdated doesn't necessarily mean from a trend perspective. Sometimes outdated means that it no longer fits your lifestyle. So I gave that example in a previous video where I said, hey, there was a time when I wore skirts when I was in corporate America, but now and now skirts are becoming more of a thing, but it got to the point where when I did my purge a year after I left, I was like, I don't need these skirts. I'm not a real big skirt wearer, right? So it could be that it's outdated because of trends, or it could be that it's outdated because it just doesn't fit your lifestyle anymore. And then the last question you should ask yourself is it in good condition? Is it reflecting the elevated aura and the elevated state that I want my wardrobe to be in? Is it a piece that I've worn so much because I love it so much that it just no longer has a zest or zeal, right? So it's got balls on it, it's faded, it's just not holding up anymore. And so you just may need to replace it, okay? So let's dig right into the pieces. So here's the first piece, and some of you have been holding on to these for a long time, and I'm gonna tell you, there's a part of me that I have angst, right, about purging these jeans. They are from Express. They are distressed to the heels, okay, even down to the hemline, which is why I really love these when I first got them. But I'm moving way away from heavily distressed jeans. I hope you are too, because it really is a more outdated style. You're seeing a lot less distress. Even if you see any distress now, a lot of the more sophisticated, elevated styles are going to clean, medium wash, even darker wash than this type of denim, and going to more sophisticated shapes. And other thing about this, not only the distressing is a problem for me, but also they're more of a skinny jean silhouette, which I'm not as keen to right now in my life, okay? So that was one thing I said had to go. This is another piece. And I am a sucker for a duster, okay? A dress. I'm a sucker for flexible pieces in general, but I'm definitely a sucker for something that can be worn as a dress and or a duster. And this was it. Like, I love this piece. It was so great. Probably seen it go viral a lot on Instagram and a lot of other social media platforms, but it's over. It's over for me. You know, it's had its day, but the time has come. And it was so cool. See, look at me crushing on this piece all over again. Let me get rid of this thing, y'all. What's making me move on is the plaid, the bright primary color plaid. Yeah, it's just not fitting my so mindful, so demure type of aesthetic going forward. So we're gonna have to get rid of that. This one really pains me, but in fact, I might put this on the side because this is really a great piece still. It's a sweater hoodie situation. It is really of great quality. It has a bell sleeve, which I love, you know, funky little details that are unique to what would otherwise be a basic. But I love that it's a hoodie. It has, you know, great quality. I love so many things about it. And then look at the back. It has a cutout where you can actually tie it in the back. I love everything still about this, the unique details and so forth, but it's the practicality for me. It was not practical for me to tie this around my back, because if I'm going somewhere and I'm driving or I'm sitting in the car, that knot in the back was a whole problem for me. So I just found myself, when it was time for me to put on an outfit or put an outfit together, skipping over this because of the lack of practicality of this piece. And I didn't want to get rid of it because I didn't spend a whole lot of money on it, but it was, you know, it was an investment to an extent, and I loved it. I really did, but it's got to go. All right, these had to go. I love these because they were great basics, but as you can see, they are leggings that have that faux leather on the front. These had a comeback like 2 or 3 seasons right after COVID. These had a comeback and they were great to be worn with blazers or sweaters and things like that. But it feels like yesteryear for me personally. They fit great, they felt great. Got these from Nordstrom, I think, or Nordstrom Rack on sale. I have them in black, and I also had them in this color that's really trending right now. It's like a Merlot kind of color, or burgundy, whatever you want to call it, oxblood, all the different colors that they're calling this. But again, I just wasn't wearing them. I think it's because of the silhouette. I'm not with the legging silhouette anymore. And then with the faux leather front, I don't know, it just feels like 90s all over again, but in a way that I'm not feeling right now in my life. This is just a little basic top that I'm just not feeling anymore. So I'm like, it's not worth the real estate that is taken up in this closet. This is a great example of a piece that just has outworn its welcome. Okay, so it never really fits super great. It was always meant to be oversized. Yeah, I stopped wearing it probably 2 seasons ago. So I think I was just giving it one last chance last season, and I didn't wear it, so it's time to go. And the same applies for this one, which hurts my heart because this was a little bit of an investment piece. This is from We the People. So those of you who know that brand, you know that Free People is an investment brand to some extent. It's not, you know, considered your fast fashion type of brand, but I just didn't wear it. And then I also am not feeling this color on my skin tone as much anymore, so that had to go. So how many of you have these graphic print situations in your closet? You have like a lot of graphic print tees and things of that nature that you are just not wearing. That's me. I'm a huge Betty Boop fan. I always have been, dated back to grade school, like 8th grade. Okay, but yeah, not anymore. And then it also has the cold shoulder situation, which is super dated, and I'm just not feeling it anymore. So that had to go. I had this hoodie that in the moment felt so right for my style aesthetic, especially because my style aesthetic is urban chic sass. It felt right in the moment because it has this, well, first of all, the color is a really pretty color. It's functional, and then it has this little, you know, razzle dazzle on the sleeves. But because of the razzle dazzle, again, and I'm just refining my wardrobe more and more each day, and then this ruffle on the back, it's giving too many elements, too many things for where I'm going with my wardrobe. So I'm like, okay, it's time for that to go. This one is one that it pains me a little bit, because this was an investment piece. It was a great sweater. I wish you can feel it. It's super yummy. I've worn this. I've worn it a lot. It's a hoodie, as you can see. Working from home, you start to get a slight obsession with hoodies, especially the cozy, the ones that you could just really cozy up to and wear throughout the day. You can dress it up or dress it down, like, yeah. But I'm just like, okay, the thrill is gone. The thrill is gone. Same thing with this sweatshirt. I love this. This was a Page sweatshirt, but the whole tie-dye era is over for me. This one I really vibed with because of the purples and the teal greens and the blues, like, were so vivid. But yeah, it's time to move on from that. I know many of you are really into leopard because it's like raging all over again for this season. But when it comes to gray, yeah, and I just feel like I wore these enough. They don't have the balls yet that, you know, show the wear and tear, but these were Old Navy. I think I really got my CPW's worth out of this. And for those of you who are not familiar with CPW, that's cost per wear. So I don't know, maybe I spent $15–20 on these joggers. I'm pretty sure I've worn them at least 5 to 10 times. So if that's the case, then the CPW is like $1 to $2, which means that I got my full money's worth out of those. It's just time to move on. Here are some, I actually bought these less than a year ago, and I don't even know why. I mean, when I seen them on the model, this was from a boutique, I was like, oh my gosh, those look so funky on her. But again, the overly distressed front of these, you know what I loved about them was the gray, the acid wash gray on it was like appealing. But I am so over the heavily distressed on the front, so that's why these have to go. And I broke the loop. Anybody ever do that? Like pulling up the jean. I broke the loop. Not that I couldn't get that repaired, because I certainly can, but I was ready to be done with it anyway. Also had some some Daisy Dukes that I'm like, okay, I can still fit these, but I ain't trying to. How about that? And then I had some cold shoulder shirts that were souvenir shirts. Stuff like this, y'all, takes up mad space that is just not worthy. It's not serving you. It takes up mad space. Why? Just why, right? So this was my come to Jesus moment with some of those pieces. This one it's nothing wrong with this top. You never can go wrong with a striped top. This is actually Catherine Malandrino, which is a high-end designer, but I've worn it enough. I'm over it. It's not serving me anymore, so it has to go. These are a pair of shorts. I actually think I just bought these last year, but so let's talk about the animal print situation. I still love my, animal print pieces, but I like the more natural animal print pieces, not the ones that have these graphic colors and designs that make them feel a little less chic. So these are this with the teal color. I don't know. I'm just not feeling them anymore. They're feeling like Shay from yesteryear, not Shay of today. I'll just put it that way. Okay. I used to, and these are old, y'all. Like, these are old. Like, you ever go through your closet and you're like, oh my gosh. Like, that stuff goes back almost 10, 15 years. I don't even know how I made it this far, honestly. But these are just like little casual tops that I would wear to be casual, cute. Look at this with the sequins, hunty. Your girl Slay by Shay, she loved her some sequins, child. And then these little vests with the razor back. Like, I used to love these as what I would call completers, things that you could just put over a tank top or a tee. Yeah, I used to love that kind of stuff, but it's just, it doesn't serve my aesthetic and my style anymore. So they have to go. They just have to go. Here's the black. See, I had them in all the colors, baby. I had them in black, 2 in black, 1 with the sequins, 1 without the sequins, a white. Baby, I went all in on those little numbers. I love me a completer. This top was actually something that I should have returned when I got it in the mail, but didn't because I thought I was going to be able to work with it. How many of y'all have done that? You get something in the mail, you're like, okay, I'm not really sure, but let me hold on to it. I think I'm gonna work with it. I love the color. I love the kiwi, still love the kiwi color. It's great on my skin. It's a great pop against just about anything, but it just, with the girls, okay, with the girls, all right? If I have any, you know, larger busted ladies watching, with the girls, this was just, it wasn't working. It wasn't working. So it's time to let that go. These were a pair of shorts that I loved and adored for a long time. This fits in the category of not in good condition anymore, right? Loved them, wore them, wore the heck out of them, but it's time. It's time. I have to find me something to replace that because I love that pop of color. I used to wear that with dusters, with tank tops, with jean jackets, with all the things. This feels outdated to me. I think it even had dust on it, y'all, when I pulled it out. But this ruffle situation it just doesn't fit my style and aesthetic anymore. This I bought during COVID. Now looking back, I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, but it was a 2-piece set, but it's just not giving quality, and I don't know. It was cute. And I wore this. I actually wore this several times for travel, mostly because it was a quick and easy thing to wear. And you know, when you travel, you need something easy. Yeah, it doesn't stand up to the Slay by Shay of today. Okay, this was something from the summer, which, by the way, y'all, so listen, just because I'm purging in the fall doesn't mean I'm only purging my fall stuff. I look at my entire closet. So I look at spring and summer stuff, and I look at fall and winter stuff. So keep that in mind as well. This was something that I have worn several times, but I'm just not feeling it anymore. I don't love it. I don't love it anymore. I've passed it several times in my closet, so I'm not going to wear it. So it's time to move on. This one, y'all, listen, I thought I was really doing it. I found this at Target probably 2 years ago, and it was dope. For the moment, I could dress this up or down, but what I don't love about it now, even though I just bought this a couple of years ago, is this high-low hemline. I'm not feeling the high-low hemline. It just doesn't feel as, you know, refined and sophisticated anymore. And I don't love this white in the inside, and instead of like a nice lining that's either black or the same color as the print on the outside. So yeah, it's time for it to go. Someone will really love this though. I actually got that from Target. It looks great with jean jacket or blazer. Yeah, it's pretty dope. This is probably 3 years old. When I bought it, I got it from a boutique. It was really dope. But again, here we are with this color print, leopard print situation. I'm just not feeling it anymore. It had its day. I wore it several times. I think the CPW that I got out of it was very decent because I don't think I spent more than $50, $60 on it. And I know I probably wore it at least 3 times. This, yeah, I never wore this. I never wore it. I thought it was so dope because, again, I love my dusters, right? But yeah, once I would put it on with something, I would be like, it just doesn't feel elevated. It just doesn't, the print, the color, I don't know, y'all. Yeah, it just didn't do it for me after I bought it, and I never wore it. But I didn't spend a whole lot of money on it, thank goodness. But somebody's gonna love on that. Somebody's gonna love on that. This is another duster sweater. Now this I did wear a few times. I think that this was from the Limited, or I don't remember, but it had a nice slit on it. I love me some cardigans, y'all. I love me some long cardigans as completers. They're so amazing, so great when you work from home too, and you have to go out and run an errand or something. But this one just, it never really held up the kind of structure that I wanted for my duster sweaters. So it's just time for me to move on from those. Okay, so remember when the like tapered pencil slacks were really in for workwear? This is that era. Okay, so this is a pair that I never got rid of after I left corporate. So what is that, 4 years ago? So I held on to them because I love the print so much. I love me a polka dot moment, but I just know that I'm not going to wear these. And then look at the shape at the waist. I need mid-rise or high-rise for my over 45 waistline, okay? I don't need anything cutting me off in a way that's going to create a muffin top potential situation. So that's what this kind of cut does. And I had several of them. See, I told you I love me a polka dot moment, hunty. These were similarly cut. These were from the Limited. They were great. They had their day. Really nice quality, but it was just time to move on. These I think I snagged from Anthropology. Yep. 2 years ago. Love these. They gave me this, you know, really cool 70s type of vibe, which I actually was going for at the time. And I love the color combination. I would wear this with a bustier and a bomber jacket, or a bustier and a moto jacket, like really chic. But the print I'm not as fond of anymore. So I just feel like it's time to move on from those as well. More pants. I don't think I ever wore these. These are some linen joggers in not quite, I guess you could call this olive, but it's like a bright olive green. Honestly, I don't know why I never wore these, but they just don't appeal to me. I don't know if it's the jogger and the linen material or what it is, but I just know I haven't been reaching for them. And if I haven't been reaching for them, I'm not going to reach for them. So they're not serving me. Okay. Here's another pair of leggings, black leggings. Nothing wrong with them. I tried them on. They still fit. I'm just moving away from the legging aesthetic and silhouette. So it's time for me to move on. It's still of good quality, really good quality. I think the other thing that has me off of this is the zipper, right? It just doesn't feel as modern anymore, right? Like it's something about that detail that I'm not feeling anymore. This sweater got a lot. I earned my CPW on this one. It was so cute. You see this? This was on the sleeve of it. But again, I've completely divorced DIVORCE the cold shoulder styling. So this fits that realm, and I have not reached for that for years. So that's why that has to go. Same thing with this one. I think I got this at Venus a few years back. It was really sexy and cute, but and this is off the shoulder. It's not cold shoulder. It's like one off the shoulder. But again, see, we have that leopard print aesthetic, but it's in gray and black. It's not a natural color leopard print. So again, for me, that just ages the garment and makes it feel dated. So that's probably why I haven't reached for it. These are camo, like a faded type camo legging, and these are Spanx. So I'm sure I spent a good little penny on them, but again, because I am moving away from the legging silhouette, I have not reached for these and I don't know how long, and I'm probably not going to. So again, that's why they're in here. Here's another pair of linen pants. Now, this kind of saddened me because I actually put these on, but they're just not white. Okay, they're just not white. They're giving like this lemon juice effect. They're giving this lemon juice effect, y'all. So I'm like, I'm not going for lemon juice. If I'm doing white, I'm doing white. Okay. So yeah, that's why those have to go. Here is another example. See this waistline? So it's like a low waist silhouette, like that is not working for my 45 plus, almost 50 plus shape, and it's just, they're not serving me. I think these are the same. These are white ones. Yep. See that? So that's a good note as well. Like if you find that you're not pulling certain things because the fit is off, if you have multiple things that have that same cut or that same dynamic or design, then it's probably a good indicator that those things have to go as well, because you're going to keep walking over them. See, here it is again, right? That slope down. It's not good for me. Now this is a boot cut, which I really do prefer the silhouette of, but that waist, yeah, no, it's not for me. Let's see, we have a couple of sweaters here. This again, the animal print, y'all. In the unnatural animal print colors. And again, I just don't think that this color ever really complemented my skin tone. At the time I got it, I hadn't done my colors yet, but this completely washes me out. It's a gray sweater, and I may have worn it a couple of times. I think I got it from a boutique here locally, but I didn't do much with it. Again, the unnatural colored animal print. Yeah, I rocked this, okay, a couple or so, 3 summers ago. I really did. But yeah, not for me anymore. This one was one of my favorite little summer tops. I would travel in this. I would wear this on trips. It was just so darling, so cute, but it's had its day, and I definitely got my CPW out of that one. And this was its close sister. I used to wear this a lot too, because it had this great open back peekaboo situation, and this top looked great with jeans and jean shorts in the summertime. We have a couple of tops that I would wear underneath blazers that had some really cool, you know, details or graphic designs. Yeah, but I just haven't worn them in so long. It's time. More camo pants. All right, these are blackish gray camo. Nothing really wrong with these. Matter of fact, someone would probably love on these hard, but I just stopped wearing them. I may have worn them twice, and there's a reason. I'm just not feeling them. I don't love them. And here's another example, and these are Sanctuary. These were not cheap. I picked these up at Ever Eve a couple of years back as well, and I was like really crushing on these before I got them because they were an investment piece. I loved the detailing of the stripe down the side, but I'm just not into this cut anymore. This tapered leg cut, I'm just not into anymore. So knowing that I haven't worn them in 2 seasons, I'm probably not going to. Another pair of Spanx that were actually a gift, and I love them, and I did wear these a lot of times, but they are sequin front leggings from Spanx. And when I tell y'all these ain't cheap, like literally these, I know that they were over $100. They were probably like $125 when they first came out, but I did get my CPW out of these. I mean, I didn't wear them like a gazillion times because they are kind of like event pants. But during the holidays and for special events, girls' night out, that kind of thing, they were great. And so these would be great for someone who can really be still into that type of vibe. It's just not me anymore. This is a gray camisole, nice, lacy, and romantic. It could be for now, but for whatever reason, it never really fell right on me with, you know, being in the Big Busted Club. So I never can really wear it with confidence, so it doesn't make any sense for it to be in my wardrobe anymore. I think everything else is just more sweaters. It's just like 3 or 4 other sweaters, y'all. Don't want to bore you with too many more items, but I just want you to see like what I purged, why I purged it, the questions you want to be asking yourself when you're going through your wardrobe. And I have to tell you, it freed up a lot of space. All of these things freed up a lot of space in my wardrobe, and it even inspired my husband. He's like, okay, my turn, it's time to purge my side of the closet now, because it just feels better. Now I can go in, I can see the things that I do love more clearly, get reorganized and have some space, right? And movement, so that I can get to the things that I really do love and put together more outfits. It allowed me the opportunity to go in and see things that I haven't touched in a while that I need to touch more. Like, for example, this jumpsuit I hadn't worn in quite some time. I purchased it 2 years ago, and I loved it when I purchased it, and I was like, why haven't I worn it? So boom, I wore it today. Once you can see more clearly what you have in your wardrobe when you get these types of things out, it just opens up a whole new idea and creative flow for you to put new looks together. So I hope that this was helpful for you, and that you will now consider going into your wardrobe and purging. And if you've already started and you've given up or you've ran out of gas, I hope that this is more motivation for you to get back in there. And sometimes you do have to do several iterations of a purge. Not every time will you be able to just go in that one time and be done forever. I may even go into my closet in a couple of weeks and be like, what? How did this still stay here, right? And it's okay to do constant purges throughout the year, but this is a really good start for me, and I'm looking forward to now seeing more clearly in my wardrobe and being able to put together new and interesting things that are already in my closet without feeling like I have to go and shop for new things. So if you love this video, please let me know in the comments. Also, let me know how you're doing with purging your closet, if you've started that process, or how many times you purge in a given year. Now, there's one last bit of homework that I need from you, and that is, I already said to comment, right? I want you to like this video. I want you to share out to any other fashionistas or aspiring fashionistas and slay baes that you know. And I want you, if you haven't, to subscribe, like right now, like now. Go ahead and subscribe. I'm still trying to grow, still trying to bring you amazing content, and will be bringing you amazing content. So until we meet next time, you know what's good. Slay all day. Mwah.